In this introductory training video, we're going to be discussing Microsoft Sway. We will look at the processes of accessing Sway via Glow, of creating a Sway from scratch, and then sharing a Sway with pupils, parents, or colleagues. Sway is a presentation tool which can be used as an alternative to PowerPoint. Sway can be used to create newsletters, blogs, reports, portfolios, and presentations. Sway works great without the need for a presenter, and they are more interactive than a PowerPoint, i.e. Sways can be shared with pupils, parents and colleagues for them to access and interact with without your input. We'll now have a look at an example Sway. This Sway is built around the theme of Scotland. In their most basic, Sways can contain text and images. Images can be laid out in a variety of formats, such as the grid layout here, a comparison between old and new images for example, stacks which can be cycled through, and a variety of slideshows. Sways can also contain embedded HTML code from elsewhere on the web. So here we have an example of a Google map. This Google map can be interacted with by zooming in, changing the filters, etc. etc. We can embed content such as tweets. Other HTML content that can be embedded includes 3D models as well. And again, these HTML elements can be interacted with just as they would be able to on their native websites. And of course we can embed video found elsewhere on the web, such as YouTube. To access Sway, log into Glow and then open any of the Microsoft 365 apps, such as Mail, OneDrive or Calendar. Then select the app launcher in the top left hand corner and select Sway. If Sway does not immediately appear in this list of apps, you can select all apps and find Sway alphabetically. To add Sway to your own Launchpad on Glow, select Add whilst viewing your personal Launchpad. Select App from Library and then search for Sway. Select the tile that appears and select Add to my Launchpad. We can now return to our Launchpad and a tile for Sway has been added. Launching Sway from this tile gives you a slightly different appearance to launching it via one of the Microsoft 365 apps. If we launch Sway from this tile, we'll be taken to this screen here where we'll need to sign in with our Microsoft account. To do this, select the icon in the top right hand corner of the screen and log in with your Glow details. Existing Sways will then be presented in front of you and you'll have the option to create a new Sway at the top of the screen. Alternatively, you will be presented with this screen if you chose to launch Sway from the app launcher. To create a new Sway, select New Blank Sway. When we create a Sway, we begin in Storyline view. This is where we can add and arrange our content. Design view allows us to alter the theme and appearance of our Sway. We'll review this later after we've added our content. We can begin by giving our Sway a title. In this example, my Sway is going to focus on Scotland. If you wish, you can give your title a background. Select the background image, and at the side of the screen you will be presented with the option to search the internet for images, and you can also select My Device or OneDrive to upload an image of your own. In this example, I will search the internet. So I can type into the search sources box here, but you'll also notice that my title has automatically been suggested as a search, so I can select Scotland here and find an appropriate background. After giving your Sway a title, we can begin to add other content. Select the plus icon to insert new content. When adding content on Sway, these are called cards. Adding a heading can help break your Sway into different sections. This is useful for providing structure to your presentation. Again, a background image can be added here if you wish. Select the plus icon to add more content. When adding text, text can be formatted in a variety of ways. I'll begin by pasting some text into this box. The Emphasize tool puts text into bold font. The Accent tool italicizes text. We also have the options for bulleted and numbered lists if we wish as well. The Link option allows us to insert URLs, where we can type the text we wish to display and the web link that it's directed to. Images can be added in a variety of formats. If we select the plus icon and select Image, this allows us to insert an individual image, which can also be captioned. Again, we have the option of searching the internet. You'll notice that our previous search was remembered. However, if we select Suggested from the drop-down menu, we also have the option to navigate to My Device to upload our own images. After the image has been uploaded, you can choose to add a caption. With any image added to Sway, we can select focus points. This allows us to select the part of the image which we find to be the most important, meaning that this part of the image will be the focus no matter which device this Sway is being viewed upon. Another way to add images to a Sway is through the use of groups. When we select the plus icon, we can navigate to the word group, and there are a variety of options. The automatic group simply keeps an image or text cards together within the Sway. A grid group can be used to group images, videos and/or text cards together in a square structure. If we select the grid group, we'll be asked to add our content, and we can then choose to add text, images or videos to this group. We can also choose to upload our own content. Each image within the group can have its own caption, and we can also choose focus points again if we wish. The next group type is comparison. A comparison allows two images to be compared by means of a slider. The next group type is a stack. Stacks are piles of images or text cards on top of each other, which can then be cycled through. The final group type which can be added is a slideshow. After adding your images to a slideshow, you can select Group Type, and on the right hand side of the screen, you'll be able to choose which type of slideshow you would like to use. You also have the option to change between slideshows, grids, stacks, and automatic groups when selecting the Group Type button. To preview how these groups look, we can press the play button in the top right hand corner. We scroll down to our images section. We can see we have our static image here, which has been captioned, and we also have our groups of images. So our first group shown here is the grid. The 4 images are laid out in a square fashion. Our second group is the comparison, where we can use the slider to swap between the 2 images in the comparison group. We have the stack, where if selected, we'll file through the photos within that particular group, as well as any text we've chosen to add. And we also have our slideshow option, where we can flick through the images that we've chosen to add. Select Edit at the top of the screen to return to Storyline view. Other media types which can be inserted into a Sway include video and audio. Navigate to Media, where we have the options for video and audio. If we select video, we have the option to upload our own files, or we can search the internet to find the video we wish to insert. By selecting Suggested from the drop-down menu at the top, we can navigate to My Device if you wish to upload your own video, or we can search YouTube to find other videos. Select the video or videos you wish to add. By selecting more than one will be added. and then select Add at the top of the screen. If you wish, you can group multiple videos together in a group. However, the only group option for videos is a grid. Each video can be individually captioned if you wish. To insert an audio file, again, select the plus icon, navigate to Media, and select Audio. When inserting audio, you can only upload audio from your own PC or record audio live within Sway as a voice note. For example, like this. You'll notice that you have a 5-minute limit when recording your own audio within Sway. You can play back your audio if you wish to hear it again. You can choose to re-record it or delete it, or if you're happy with your recording, you can add it to your Sway. In this example, I will choose to delete it. Embedding HTML code is another great way to add interactive content to your Sway. Several web features will have the ability to share and embed code, which can be inserted into a Sway. For a full list of compatible websites, the link will be posted beneath this video. To add HTML content to your Sway, select the plus icon, navigate to Media, and select the Embed option. This adds a card to your Sway, which you can then paste your embed code into. Some examples include Google Maps. So here we have the map of Scotland. If I select the Share icon, I can then select Embed a Map and copy the embedding code. So copy the HTML, return to my Sway, and paste the code. Another example would be tweets. So if you found an interesting tweet, you can select the 3-dot menu, select Embed Tweet, and then copy the code. Return to your Sway and paste the code. 3D models can also be inserted via the website Sketchfab. So here we have a model of a crane built in Scotland. I can select the Embed option, copy this code, and paste it into my Sway. Embed codes also work for videos found on websites which are not YouTube, such as ClickView, or in this example, a TED Talk. We can select the sharing menu, and then copy the second link. To preview these embedded elements, select the play button. So here we have our embedded map of Scotland. You can see that this element is completely interactive. We can drag the map around, we can zoom in, and we can change to satellite view, just like we would be able to do on Google Maps itself. We also have the tweet, which appears a bit cropped here, but we can fix that later on. We have the 3D model, which can be interacted with as well. We can rotate and zoom in on this model, just like we'd be able to do on the Sketchfab website. And we have our TED Talk video, which can be played here as well. Again, select the Edit button to return to Storyline view. Each card or group within a Sway can have its own level of emphasis. Changing the level of emphasis for a card or group will increase or decrease its size within your Sway, respectively. There are 3 levels of emphasis available within a Sway. We have subtle, moderate, and intense. There are 2 exceptions to this rule, however. For embed cards, we can set them to original size, as well as subtle, moderate, and intense. And for text cards, we only have the option of subtle or moderate. Best practice would be to add all of your content to your Sway, and then to navigate your way through your Sway, choosing to emphasize the parts which you found most important. Note that emphasis can be added to groups as well as individual cards. So if I wish to emphasize this comparison group, I can increase its intensity to intense to make this appear much larger within my Sway, as we can see here in this preview. Increasing the emphasis of a tweet card will normally fix the issue where the tweet appears cropped. When you're happy with the content you have added to your Sway in Storyline view, and you've chosen to emphasize the elements which you find to be most important, we can then select Design View in order to change the look and feel of our sway. Begin by selecting Styles in the top right-hand corner. The first option we have is to choose how users will navigate our sway, whether they scroll through it vertically or horizontally. We also have the option to set this to slides, where the user will have to navigate through each element of our sway using the arrow buttons at the bottom of the screen. There is then a large selection of preset styles which we can choose from. For each row, we can navigate through these using the arrow keys to see more styles which are available. We can choose to select a style to apply that to our sway. To see this more fully, close the Styles menu. You can return to the Styles menu as often as you like to choose a different theme until you find one that you are happy with. You can also choose to fully customize this theme, where you can change the color palette of the theme as well as the fonts that are being used. You can choose to base the color palette on one of the images within your sway. We also have the option to select the Remix button, which allows sway to change the design and the layout randomly. You may like how this appears, or you may wish to go back and customize your own theme. If you're unhappy with the remix, you can choose to undo and return to the previous state. To preview your completed sway, select the play button at the top of the screen. When you're happy with your completed sway, select the Share button at the top of the screen. You have three options for who you choose to share this link with. The first option, for specific people or groups, allows only users designated by their Glow email address to be able to view or edit the sway. The second option, those in your organisation with the link, ensures that only users signed in to Glow can view or edit the sway. And the final option, anyone with a link, means that no login is required. The sway can be viewed or edited by anybody with the link. Before copying and pasting this link to share with other users, you need to select whether you wish to allow them to view or edit your sway. If sharing this sway with pupils or parents, then view is perhaps your best option. However, if you're sharing this with a colleague for them to be able to edit themselves, then this is the option you will wish to select. When you're happy with your sharing link option, you can choose to copy the link and send it to those who you wish to view your sway. If you select the More Options button, you also have the option to set a password for your sway. This can be useful if you have sensitive content contained within your sway. It is also possible to embed a sway within a Microsoft Teams channel. This can be a more engaging way to share your sways with pupils, as well as being easier to access, as pupils can sometimes struggle to find links which have been shared amongst other posts in busy Teams channels. Begin by navigating to the team you wish to embed the sway within, and select the three-dot menu in the top right-hand corner. Then select Open in SharePoint. From here, select Pages, then select New and select Site Page. Begin by giving your page a name. It is probably best to give this the same name as your sway. You can then turn off the additional features on this site page, such as the You May Also Be Interested In section and the Comment section. To further maximise the space available for your sway, select the pencil edit icon at the top of the screen and select Plain for your title area. This removes the background image. Next, select the plus icon to add a new web part. Then search for the Embed feature. Select this and you'll be able to paste in your embed code. Return to your sway, select the share icon and select Get Embed Code. Copy this code, return to your SharePoint page and paste the code into the box. Ensure the Resize to fit the page option is enabled. We can now publish this page. Copy the page address and return to Teams. At the top of your Teams channel, select the plus icon to add a tab, and then select SharePoint Pages. You may see your page automatically suggested. However, if it does not appear in this list, select the Add a Page from any SharePoint site option and paste your link. Then select Save. Your Sway is now embedded within your team and can be viewed at any time by navigating to this tab within your Teams channel. We can choose to expand the tab to maximise the space available on screen. Any changes made to our Sway will automatically update and be reflected in the embedded Sway within your team. If I return to my Sway and remove the image of Bannockburn, and then return to my Teams channel and reload this tab, I should see this change reflected within the Sway. As you can see, the image of Bannockburn has been removed from my Scottish history section.